Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Miritam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Darati Swaparantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakkamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद। हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Today we read about Putana witch and Putana killed. Vivek Prabhu, do you want to start?
Yes, Prabhu, I can.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhu. Putana killed, chapter 6, Putana killed. Well, Nanda Maharaj was returning home. He considered Vasudeva's warning that there might be some disturbance in Gokula. Certainly the advice was friendly, and not false. So Nanda thought there is some truth in it. Therefore, out of fear, he began to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is quite natural for a devotee in danger to think of Krishna because he has no other shelter. When a child is in danger, he takes shelter of his mother or father. Similarly, a devotee is always under the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when he specifically sees some danger, he remembers the Lord very rapidly. After consulting with his demonic ministers, Kamsa instructed a witch named Putana, who knew the black heart of killing small children by has ghastly sinful methods to kill all kinds of children in the cities, villages, and pasturing grounds. Such which how to spell that? Which
Where is which
okay, which can play their black art only where there is no chanting or hearing of the name of Krishna. It is said that wherever the chanting of the holy name of the Krishna is done, even negligently, all bad appear. All bad elements, ghosts, and dangerous calamities immediately disappears. And this is certainly true of the place where the chanting of the holy name of Krishna is done seriously, especially in Vrindavan when the Supreme Lord was personally present. Therefore, the doubts of Nanda Maharaj were certainly based on affection for Krishna. Actually, there was no danger from the activities of Putana, despite her powers, such which are called witches are called kichi, sorry, kichari, which means they can fly in the sky. This black art of witchcraft of is still practiced by some women in the remote northwestern side of India. Oh, they can transfer themselves from one place to another on the branch of an uprooted tree. Putana knew this witchcraft, and therefore she is described in Bhagavatam as Kichari. Kichari. She is described in the Bhagavatam as Kichari. Putana entered the country of Gokula, the residential quarter of Nand Maharaj, without permission, dressing herself such like a beautiful woman. She entered the house of Mother Yashoda. She appeared very beautiful with raised hips, nicely swollen breasts, uh, earrings, and flowers in her hair. She looked especially beautiful on account of her thin waist. She was glancing at everyone with very attractive looks and smiling face, and all the residents of Vrindavan were captivated. The innocent, cowherd woman thought that she was a goddess of fortune appearing in Vrindavan with a lotus flower in her hand. It seems to them that she had personally come to see Krishna, who is her husband, because of her ex exquisite exquisite beauty exquisite beauty. No one checked her moment, and therefore she freely entered the house of Nanda Maharaj. Putana, the killer of many children, um, found baby Krishna lying on a small bed, and she could at once perceive that the baby was hiding his unparalleled potency. Putana thought, "See, this child is so powerful that he can destroy the whole universe immediately." Putana's understanding is very significant. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is situated in everyone's heart. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that he gives one necessary intelligence, and he can also causes one to forget. Putana was immediately aware that the child whom she was observing in the house of Nanda Maharaj was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He was lying there as a small baby, but that does not mean that he was less powerful. The materialistic theory that God worship um, is anthropomorphic is not correct. No living being can become God by undergoing imitation or austerities. God is always God. Krishna has the child baby is as complete as he is as a full-fledged youth. The Mayavadi theory holds that the living entity was formerly God but has now become overwhelmed by the influence of Maya. Therefore, they say that presently he is not God, but when the influence of Maya is taken away, then he again becomes God. This theory cannot be applied to the minute living entities. The living entities are minute parts and partial of Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are minute parts, partials, or sparks of the Supreme Fire, but are not the original fire or Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Personality of Godhead, even from the beginning of his appearance in the house of Vasudeva and Devaki. Krishna showed the nature of a small baby and closed his eyes as if to avoid the face of Putana. This closing of the eyes is interpreted and studied in different ways by the devotees. Some says that Krishna closed his eyes because he did not like to see the face of Putana, who had killed so many children and who had no come to kill him. Others says that something extraordinary was being dictated to her, and in order to give her assurance, Krishna closed his eyes so that she could not be frightened, and yet others interrupt in this way. Krishna appeared to kill the demons and give protection for the devotees. To the devotees, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, pat, परि- परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतम्. The first demon to be killed was a woman. According to Vedic rules, the killing of a woman, a brahmana, a cow, or of a child is forbidden. Krishna was obliged to kill the demon Putana, and because the killing of a woman is forbidden according to Vedic Shastra, he could not help but close his eyes. Another interpretation is that Krishna closed his eyes because he simply took Putana to be his nurse. Putana came to Krishna just to offer her breast for the Lord to suck. Krishna is so merciful that even though he knew Putana was there to kill him, he took her as his nurse or mother. And there are seven kinds of mothers according to Vedic injunctions: the real mother, the wife of the teacher, wife of the teacher or spiritual master. Okay, mother, wife of a teacher, spiritual master, wife of the wife of a king. Okay, wife of a teacher. Okay. Mother, wife of a king, wife of a brahmana, the cow, nurse, uh, and the mother earth. Okay, mother earth, cow, wife of a king, wife of a future master, mother, brahmana, wife of a brahmana. Okay. Because Bhutana came to take Krishna on her lap and offer her breast milk to be sucked by him, she was accepted by Krishna as one of his mothers. That is considered to be another reason he closed his eyes. He had to kill a nurse or mother, but his killing of his mother or nurse was no different from his love of for his real mother or first foster mother Yashoda. We further understand from Vedic information that Putana was also treated as a mother and give the same facility as Yashoda. As Yashoda was given liberation from the material world, so Putana was also given liberation. When the baby Krishna closed his eyes, Putana took him on her lap. She did not know that she was holding death personified. If a person mistakes a snake for a rope, he dies. Similarly, Putana killed so many babies before meeting Krishna, but now she was accepting the snake that would be kill her immediately. When Putana was taking baby Krishna on her lap, both Yashoda and Rohini were present, but they did not forbid her because she was so beautifully dressed and because she showed motherly affection towards Krishna. They could not understand that she was a sword within a decorated case. Putana had smeared a very powerful poison on her breasts, and immediately after taking the baby on her lap, she pushed her breast nipple within his mouth. She was hoping that as soon as she would suck her breast, he would die. But baby Krishna very quickly took the nipple in anger. She sucked the milk poison along with the life. hair of the demon. Life hair of the. Left. So 1 minute. Where it is? Where it is from? Nipple in her anger. He sucked the milk poison along with the life air of the demon. In other words, Krishna simultaneously sucked the milk from her breast and killed her by sucking out her life. Krishna is so merciful that because the demon Putana came to offer her breast milk to him, he fulfilled her desire and accepted her activity as motherly. But to stop her from further nefarious activities, he immediately killed her. And because as the demon was killed by Krishna, she got liberation. When Krishna sucked out her very breath, Putana on the Putana fell down on the ground, spread her arms and legs, and began to cry, "Oh child, leave me!" She was crying loudly and pres- per- perspiring, and her whole body became wet. As she died screamingly, there was a tremendous vibration both on the earth and in the sky in all directions, and people thought that thunderbolts were falling. Thus the nightmare of the Putana which was over, and she assumed her real future as a great demon. She opened her precious mouth and spread her arms and legs all over. She fell exactly as Vrittasura when struck by the thunderbolt of Indra. The long hair on her head was scattered all over her body. Her fallen body extended up to 12 millions and smashed all the trees to pieces, and everyone was struck with wonder upon seeing this gigantic body. Her teeth appeared just like plugged roads, and her nostrils appeared just like mountain caves. Her breast appeared like small hills, and her hair was a vast reddish bush. Her eyes sockets appeared like blind wells, and her two things appeared like two banks of rivers. Her two hands appeared like two strongly constructed bridges, and her abdomen seemed like a dried up lake. All the cowherd men and women became struck with awe and wonder upon seeing this, and the tremendous sound of her falling shocked their brain and ears and made their hearts beat strongly. When the gopis saw little Krishna fearlessly playing on Putana lap, they very quickly came and picked him up. Mother Yashoda, Rohini, and other elderly gopis immediately performed the auspicious rituals by taking the tail of a cow and circumambulating his body. The child was completely washed with the urine of a cow, and the dust created by the house of the cows was thrown all over his body. This was all just to save little Krishna from future inauspicious accidents. This accident gives us a clear identification of how important the cow is to the family, society, and to living beings in general. The transcendental body of Krishna did not require any protection, but to instruct us on the importance of the cow, the Lord was screamed over the cow dung, washed with the urine of a cow, and sprinkled with the dust as upspared by the walking of the cows. Okay, Haribo. After this purificatory process, the gopis headed by Mother Yashoda and Rohini chanted 12 names of Vishnu to give Krishna's body full protection from all evil influence. They washed their hands and feet and sipped water 3 times, as in the custom before chanting the mantra. They chanted as follows: My dear Krishna, may the Lord, who is known as Mani Man, protect your thing, things. May Lord Vishnu, who is known as Yagna, protect your legs. May Lord Achyuta protect your arms. May Lord Ayagriva protect your abidement. May Lord Keshava protect your heart. May Lord Vishnu protect your arms. May Lord Urukrama protect your face. May Lord Ishvara protect your head. By may Lord Chakradhara protect your front. May Lord Gadadhara protect your back. May Lord Madhusudana, who carries a bow in his hand, protect your and eyesight. May Lord Vishnu, with his counsel, protect your left side. May the personality of God Rupendra from protect you from above, and may Lord Tar, Tarksha protect you from below the earth. May Lord Haladhara protect you from all sides. May the personality of Godhead known as Shikesha protect all your senses. May Lord Narayana protect your breath, and may Lord of Shweta Deepa Narayana protect your heart. May Lord Yogeshwara protect your mind. May Lord Prisni Garbha protect your intelligence, and may Lord Supreme Personality of God protect your soul while you are the playing. May Lord Govinda protect your from all sides, and when you are sleeping, may Lord Madhava protect you from all danger. When you are working, may the Lord of Vaikunta protect you from falling down. When you are sitting, may the Lord of Vaikunta give you all protection, and while you are eating, you may the Lord of all sacrifices give you all protection. Those Mother Yashoda began to chant different names of Vishnu to protect the child Krishna's different bodily parts. Mother Yashoda was firmly convinced that she should protect her child from different kinds of evil deeds and ghosts, namely Dakinis, Yatudhanis, Kusmandhas, Yaks, Yaksas, Rakshasas, Vinayakas, Ro- Rok, Roktara, Revati, Je, Je, Jeshta, Putana, Mat, Mat, sorry, Mat, sorry, Matkras, Unamadas, and similar other evil spirits who cause persons to forget their own existence and give trouble to the life, hair, and the senses. Sometimes they appear in dreams and cause much perturbation. Perturbation. Sometimes they appear as old women and suck the blood of small children. But all such ghosts and evil spirits cannot remain where there is chanting of the holy name of God. The Mother Yashoda was firmly convinced of the Vedic injunctions about the importance of and the holy name of Vishnu. Therefore, she took all the shelter in the cows and the name of Vishnu just to protect her child Krishna. She recited all the holy names of Vishnu so that he might save the child. Vedic culture has taken advantage of keeping cows and chanting the holy name of Vishnu since the beginning of history. And persons who are still following the Vedic ways, especially the householders, keep at least 1 dozen cows and worship the deity of Lord Vishnu, who is installed in their houses. The elderly gopis of Vrindavana was so absorbed in affection for Krishna that they wanted to save him, although there was no need to, for he had already protected himself. They could not understand that Krishna was the Supreme Personality of Godhead playing as a child. After performing the formalities to protect the child, Mother Yashoda took Krishna as at him, stuck her own breast. When the child was protected by Vishnu mantra, Mother Yashoda felt that he was safe. In the meantime, all the cowherd men who went to Mathura to pay tax returned home and were struck with wonder at seeing the magnetic dead body of Putana. Nanda Maharaj recalled the propensity of Vasudeva and considered him a great sage and mystic yogi. Otherwise, how could he have foretold an incident that happened during his absence from absence from absence from Vrindavan. After this, all the residents of Raja cut the magnetic body of Putana into pieces and filled it up with wood for burning. When all the limbs of Putana's body were burning, the smoke emanating from the fire created a good aroma. This aroma was due to her being killed by Krishna. This means that the demon Putana was washed of all her sinful activities and was attained a sensual body. Here is an example of how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all good. Putana came to kill Krishna, but because he sucked her milk, she was immediately purified, and her dead body attained a transcendental quality. Her only business was to kill small children. She was only fond of blood. But in spite of being envious of Krishna, she attained salvation because she gave her milk to him to drink. So, what can be said of others who are affectionated to Krishna in the relationship of mother or father? The pure devotees always serve Krishna with great love and affection, for he is the supreme personality of Godhead, the super soul of every living entity. It is concluded, therefore, that even a little energy expanded in the service of the Lord gives one immense transcendental profit. This is explained in the Bhagavad Gita, Salpam Appasya Dharmasya. Devotion service is Krishna consciousness is so sublime that even a little service to Krishna, knowing or unknowing, gives one the great benefit. The system of worshiping Krishna by offering flowers from a tree is also beneficial for the living entities who is confined to the bodily existence of that tree. When the flowers and fruits are offered to Krishna, the tree that bore them also receives much benefits indirectly. The acharna process or worshipping sorry, what is it? Worshipping procedure is therefore beneficial for everyone. Krishna is worshipable by great demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva, and Putana was so fortunate that the same Krishna played in her lap as a little child. The lotus feet of Krishna, which are worshipped by great sages and devotees, were placed on the body of Putana. People worship Krishna and offer food, but automatically he sucked the milk from the body of Putana. Devotees therefore pray that if simply by offering something as an enemy, Putana got so much benefit. Then who can measure the benefit of worshipping Krishna in love and affection? One should only worship Krishna if for no other reason than so much benefit awaits the worshipper. Although Putana was an evil spirit, she gained elevation just like the mother of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is clear that the cows and the elderly gopis who have offered milk to Krishna were also elevated to the transcendental position. Krishna can offer anyone anything from liberation to anything materially conceivable. Therefore, there cannot be any doubt of the salvation of Putana, whose bodily milk was sucked by Krishna for such a long time. And how can there be any doubt? Undoubtedly all the gopis, sorry, and how can there be any doubt about the salvation of gopis who were so fond of Krishna? Undoubtedly all the gopis and cowherd boys and cows were served Krishna in Vrindavana with love and affection, were liberated from the miserable condition of material existence. When all the inhabitants of Vrindavana smelled the good aroma from the smoke of the burning Putana, they inquired from each other where where is this good flavor coming from? And while conversing, they came to understand that it was the fumes of the burning Putana. They were very fond of Krishna, and as soon as they heard that the demon Putana was killed by Krishna, they offered blessings to the little child out of affection. After the burning of Putana, Nanda Maharaj came home and immediately took up Putana. Sorry, Prabhu. Sorry. After the burning of Putana, Nanda Maharaj came home and immediately took up the child on his lap and began to smell his head. After burning of Putana, Nanda Maharaj came home and immediately took up the child on his lap and began to smell his head. In this way, he was quite satisfied that his little child was saved from this great calamity. Srila Sukadev Goswami has blessed all persons who hear the narrations of the killing of Putana by Krishna. They will purely attain the favor of Govinda. Those ends of Bhaktivedanta purport of 6th chapter of Krishna Putana killed. Haribo.
Haribo. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Okay, let's read the next chapter also. Chapter 7. Salvation of Trinavarta. The Supreme Person of Godhead, Krishna, is always full of 6 opulences, namely complete wealth, complete strength, complete fame, complete knowledge, and complete beauty, and complete renunciation. The Lord appears in different complete eternal forms of incarnation. The conditioned souls have immense opportunity to hear about the transcendental activities of the Lord in these different incarnations. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Janma karma chame divyam. The pastimes and activities of the Lord are not material. They are beyond the material conception. But the conditioned soul can benefit by hearing such uncommon activities. Hearing is an opportunity to associate with the Lord. To hear his activities is to evolve to the transcendental nature, simply by hearing. The conditioned soul has a natural aptitude to hear something about the conditioned souls in the form of fiction, drama, and novel. That inclination to hear something about others may be utilized in hearing the pastimes of the Lord. Then one can immediately evolve to the transcendental nature. Krishna's pastimes are not only beautiful, they are also very pleasing to the mind. If someone takes advantage of hearing the pastimes of the Lord, the material contamination of dust accumulated in the heart due to long association with material nature can immediately be cleansed. Lord Chaitanya also instructed that simply by hearing the transcendental name of Lord Krishna, one can cleanse the heart of all material contamination. There are different processes for self-realization, but this process of devotional service, of which hearing is the most important function, when adopted by any conditioned soul, will automatically cleanse him of the material contamination and enable him to realize his real constitutional position. Conditional life is due to this contamination only, and as soon as it is cleared off, then naturally the dormant function of the living entity, rendering service to the Lord, awakens. By developing his eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord, one becomes eligible to create friendship with the devotees. Maharaj Pariksit recommended, from practical experience, that everyone try to hear about the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. This Krishna treatise is meant for that purpose, and the reader may take advantage in order to attain ultimate goal of life, of human life. The Lord out of his causeless mercy descends on this material world and displays his activities just like an ordinary man. Unfortunately, the impious entities or the atheistic class of men consider Krishna to be an ordinary man like themselves, and so they deride him. This is condemned in the Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself when he says, Avajananti Mamuda. The Mudas or the rascals take Krishna to be an ordinary man or slightly more powerful man. Out of their great misfortune, they cannot accept him as the supreme person of Godhead. Sometimes such unfortunate persons misrepresent themselves as incarnations of Krishna without referring to the authorized scriptures. When Krishna grew up a little more, he began to turn himself backside up. He did not merely lie down on his back. And another function was observed by Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, Krishna's first birthday. They arranged for Krishna's birthday ceremony, which is still observed by all followers of the Vedic principles. Krishna's birthday ceremony is observed in India by all Hindus, irrespective of different sectarian views. All the cowherd men and women were invited to participate, and they arrived in jubilation. A nice band played, and the people assembled enjoyed it. All the learned Brahmanas were invited, and they chanted Vedic hymns for the good fortune of Krishna. During the chanting of the Vedic hymns and playing of the bands, Krishna was baited by Mother Yashoda. This baiting ceremony is technically called Abhisheka, and even today this is observed in all temples of Vrindavan as Janmashtami Day or the birthday anniversary of Lord Krishna. On this occasion, Mother Yashoda arranged to distribute a large quantity of grains, and first-class cows decorated with golden ornaments were made ready to be given in charity to the learned respectable Brahmanas. Yashoda took her bath and dressed herself nicely, and taking child Krishna, duly dressed and baited, on her lap, he sat down to hear the Vedic hymns chanted by the Brahmanas. While listening to the chanting of the Vedic hymns, the child appeared to be falling asleep, and therefore Mother Yashoda very silently laid him down on the bed. Being engaged in receiving all the friends, relatives, and residents of Vrindavan on that holy occasion, she forgot to feed the child milk. He was crying, being hungry, but Mother Yashoda could not hear him cry because of the various noises. The child, however, became angry because he was hungry and his mother was not paying attention to him. So he lifted his legs and began to kick his lotus feet just like an ordinary child. Baby Krishna had been placed underneath a hand-driven cart, and while he was kicking his legs, he accidentally touched the wheel of the cart and it collapsed. Various kinds of utensils and brass and metal dishes had been piled up in the handcart, and they all fell down with a great noise. The wheel of the cart separated from the axle, and the spokes of the wheel were all broken and scattered hither and thither. Mother Yashoda and all the gopis, as well as Maharaj Nanda and the cowherd man, were astonished as to how the cart could have collapsed by itself. All the men and women who were assembled for the holy function crowded around and began to suggest how the cart might have collapsed. No one could ascertain the cause, but some small children who were entrusted to play with baby Krishna informed the crowd that it was due to Krishna striking his feet against the wheel. They assured the crowd that they had seen how it happened with their own eyes, and they strongly asserted the point. Some were listening to the statement of the small children, but others said, "How can you believe the statements of these children?" The cowherd man and woman could not understand that the all-powerful personality of Godhead was lying there as a baby, and he could do anything. Both the possible and impossible were in his power. While the discussion was going on, baby Krishna cried. Without remonstration, Mother Yashoda picked the child up on her lap and called the learned Brahmanas to chant the holy Vedic hymns to counteract the evil spirits. At the same time, she allowed the baby to suck her breast. If a child sucks the mother's breast nicely, it is to be understood that he is out of all danger. After this, all the stronger cowherd men put the broken cart in order, and all the scattered things were set up nicely as before. The Brahmanas thereafter began to offer oblations to the sacrificial fire with yogurt, butter, kusha grass, and water. They worshipped the Supreme Person of Godhead for the good fortune of the child. The Brahmanas who were present at that time were all qualified because they were not envious. They never indulged in untruthfulness. They were they were they were never proud, they were non-violent, and they never claimed any false prestige. They were all bona fide Brahmanas, and there was no reason to think that their blessings would be useless. With firm faith in the qualified Brahmanas, Nanda Maharaj took his child on his lap and bathed him with water mixed with various herbs, while the Brahmanas chanted hymns from the Rig, Yajus, and Samavedas. It is said that without being a qualified Brahmana, one should not read the mantras of the Vedas. Here is the proof that the Brahmanas were qualified with all the Brahminical symptoms. Maharaj Nanda also had full faith in them. Therefore, they were allowed to perform the ritualistic ceremonies by chanting the Vedic mantras. There are many different varieties of sacrifices recommended for different purposes, but the mantras are all to be chanted by qualified Brahmanas. And because in this age of Kali, such qualified Brahmanas are not available, all Vedic ritualistic sacrifices are forbidden. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore recommended only one kind of sacrifice in this age, namely Sankirtan Yagna, or simply chanting the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As the Brahmanas chanted the Vedic hymns and performed the ritualistic ceremonies for the second time, Nanda Maharaj again gave huge quantities of grains and many cows to them. All the cows which were given in charity were covered with nice gold embroidered garments, and their horns were bedecked with golden rings. Their hoofs were covered with silver plate, and they wore garlands of flowers. He gave so many cows just for the welfare of his wonderful child, and the Brahmanas in return bestowed their heartfelt blessings. And the blessings offered by the able Brahmanas were never to be baffled. Okay, Hare Krishna, Libohang Prabhu, you can read the rest of this chapter. And Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Okay, Prabhu. Just give me a second. The highlighted part, ne, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can I just tilt my phone? One day, shortly after this ceremony, when my mother Yeshoda was painting her baby on her lap, the baby felt too heavy, and being unable to carry him, she unwillingly placed him on the ground. After a while, she became engaged in household affairs. At that time, one of the servants of Kamsa, known as Trinavarta, as instructed by Kamsa, appeared there in the shape of a whirlwind. He picked the child up on his shoulders and raised a great dust storm all over Vrindavan. Because of this, everyone's eyes became covered within a few moments, and the whole area of Vrindavan became denser dark, so that no one could see himself or anyone else. During this great catastrophe, Mother Yashoda could not see her baby, who was taken away by the whirlwind, and she began to cry very piteously. She fell down on the ground exactly like a cow who has just lost her calf. When Mother Yashoda was so piteously crying, all the cow herd women immediately came and began to look for the baby, but they were disappointed and could not find him. The Trivata demon Trinavata, demon who took baby Krishna on his shoulder, went high in the sky, but the baby assumed such a weight that suddenly he could not go any further and he had to stop his whirlwind activities. Baby Krishna made himself heavy and began to weigh down the demon. The Lord caught hold on of his neck. Trinavata felt the baby to be as heavy as a big mountain, and he tried to get out of his clutches, but he was unable to do so, and his eyes popped out from the sockets, crying very fiercely. He fell down to the grounds of Vrindavan and died. The demon felt exactly like Tripura Tripurasura, who was pierced by the arrow of Lord Shiva. He hit the stone ground and his limbs were smashed. His body became visible to all the inhabitants of Vrindavan. When the gopis saw the demons killed and child Krishna very happily playing on his body, they immediately picked Krishna up with great affection. The cowherd men and women became very happy to get back their beloved child Krishna. At that time, they began to talk about how wonderful it was that the demon took away the child to devour him. but could not but could not do so. Instead, he fell down dead. Some of them supported the situation. This is proper because those who are too sinful die from their sinful reactions until child Krishna is pious. Therefore, he is saved from all kinds of faith. Is safe from all kinds of fearful situation, and we too must have performed great sacrifices in our previous lives, worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, giving great wealth in charity, and acting philanthropical, philanthropical, philanthropically for the general welfare of man. Because of such pious activities, the child is saved from all danger. The gopis assembled there spoke among themselves. What sort of austerities and penance we must have undergone. In our previous lives, we must have worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead, offered different kinds of sacrifices, made charities, and performed many welfare activities for the public, such as growing banyan, banyan trees and excavating wells. As a result of these pious activities, we have got back our children, even though he was supposed to be dead. Now he has come back to and live in his relatives. After observing such wonderful happenings, Nanda Maharaj began to think of these words of Vasudeva again and again. After this incident, when Yashoda once was nursing her child and petting him with great affection, there streamed a profuse supply of milk from her breast, and when she opened, oh wait, I think I lost the place now. From her breast, where's the okay, I was there. Okay, her breast. And when she opened the mouth of the child with her fingers, she suddenly saw the universal manifestation within his mouth. She saw within the mouth of Krishna the whole sky, including the luminaries, stars in all directions, the sun, moon, fire, air, seas, islands, mountain, rivers, forest, and all other movable and immovable entities. Upon seeing this, Mother Yashoda's heart began to throb, and she murmured within herself, "How wonderful this is!" She could not express anything but simply closed her eyes. She was absorbed in wonderful thoughts, Krishna showing the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even when lying down on the lap of his mother. His mother proves that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whether he is manifested as a child on the lap of his mother or as a charioteer on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra, or the concoction of the impersonalist that one can become God by meditating or by some artificial material activities is herewith declared false. God is always God in any condition or status, and the living entities are always the parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. They can never be equal to the inconceivable supernatural power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 7th chapter of Krishna's salvation of Trinavata.
Haribol. Thank you so
Haribol,
much.
Haribol. Prabhu, I have one question,
Yes, Prabhu.
but it's not related to this book. Ne? It's related to the Goswamis. Who
Okay.
had wealth between? Who came with wealth between Srila? I think it's Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami because they are brothers, right? I think there
So,
was one Goswami who came with wealth and he shared 50% with the devotees and the Lord, and then he took 25% to the relatives and 25% he took for his personal needs.
I think it's both Rupa and Sanatan Goswami.
Sorry?
I think it's both Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. They were working in the Muslim government.
Oh.
See this? Lord Chaitanya met the two brothers Dabir Kash and Sakara Malik in village known as Ramakeli in the district of Malda. And after that meeting, the brothers decided to retire from government service and join Lord Chaitanya.
Oh, okay, Prabhu.
And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed their names. He said, "My dear Sakar Malik, from this day your names will be changed to Shila Rupa and Shila Sanatan. Now please abandon
Oh,
humility for my heart is breaking to see you humble." Then they became devotees.
okay, Prabhu. And
Yes,
Prabhu, you remember the last time? Oh,
yes, Prabhu.
you can continue, Prabhu. The last time when we were talking about, I think it was Brahma and Haridas Thakur. I think you said he was actually both at the same time. He was Brahma and then he was Haridas Thakur at the same time. How could he manage such a position?
Yes,
Like
Prabhu.
two in one.
Yes, Prabhu. But Lord Brahma sees the whole universe. He sees everything happening. Lord Brahma sees past, present, and future, just like Krishna. Also, Yamaraj sees past, present, and future. Imagine if you now see what happens in the present, what happens in future, and so he has four heads. He can handle all these things. We have only
Oh
one.
yes. It's kind of complicated, hey?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I didn't even understand it properly, but I just accepted that they were at the same time because Lord Brahma didn't die. It was during this kalpa, so it's not possible that Lord Brahma dies during that.
Oh, but then they said Lord Brahma is in many universes. Like there's not just Lord one Brahman. Eh?
Yes, Prabhu, but it's different Brahma. There is in this universe there is one Brahman. In every universe there is one Brahman, one Lord Shiva,
Okay, Prabhu.
and they have different amounts of heads. There is thousand-headed Brahma also in some universe.
Oh, just like this different oceans.
Yes, Prabhu. And according to how many heads they have, the universe is bigger or smaller. Or Brahma has four heads, so according to that, our universe is that big.
Oh yeah, and I see Pranjal Prabhu said this one is the smallest. This universe like the smallest size.
Yes, Prabhu, but I don't know if there is a Brahma with less heads than four. I don't remember the.
Oh yeah.
In this picture, you can see all the Brahmas when they came to meet Lord Krishna. See, there is Brahma with so many heads. Look at this Brahma.
Oh wow.
See
My
this
body's
Brahma.
running.
See this Brahma, so many heads.
Yo,
This Brahma has only like 6 heads. Here is 3 heads, Brahma. Or is it 4?
don't you think that one is in the lower planets?
No, he's in the. He has his own universe, but the universe is just smaller. And there is Krishna. They all came to bow down to Krishna, and when they all hit their head to the ground, it made so too much of sound because all their crowns touched the ground, and it made sound like cling, 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 and then they all came
Oh,
at the same time.
yeah, this one with a lot of head makes my head, my body run away. Yo.
Yes, Prabhu, and also the four-headed Brahma or Brahma, he was confused because when he approached the Vaikunta, he went there or that place. It's not Vaikunta. When he approached Krishna, then Krishna's palace, and then at the door he was asked. He came to the door and he said, "Oh, I'm Lord Brahma. I came. I'm here now." I'm the
Oh,
Brahma. Then the gatekeepers asked, "Which Brahma? Which Brahma are you?" Then Brahma was
because I remember.
confused. He was confused.
Oh,
He was like, what do you mean, which Brahma? I'm Lord Brahma. There is only one Brahma. He was like this. then,
oh, that there's
then Krishna, he invited all the Brahmas to come. And then Brahma was confused when many Brahmas came. And
oh, I think I read it where they said he took Krishna's friends, I think, while they were in deep sleep.
yes, Prabhu. Yeah, that
And
happens.
then when the Brahma came, he saw a lot of Brahmins and he asked for forgiveness.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, he thought he's the supreme. He thought
Oh,
he thought
just like Lord Indra.
yes, but he thought he wanted to test Krishna. He didn't know Krishna is the supreme, and he thought he's controlling the universe and everything. But then he took all the friends of Krishna away, and then he came back and he saw all they were still there, and he was confused. Like, I just took them away, so how they are here?
Oh, actually, when Krishna descends to life, it's a test. He does not tell the demigods that he's coming down.
And what, Prabhu? I was reading the text.
Yeah, I was also I got distracted from reading. Oh, I was saying Lord Krishna does not tell the demigods when he descends
No,
like to the earth.
no, Prabhu. When he descends, he tells all the demigods that you join. He tells like that. He tells to the demigods, please take birds in their families because I'm going to appear soon. So then the
Oh,
demigods also take bird on earth,
okay.
but they don't leave their demigod position even though they take bird on earth during that time. Like Lord Brahma is still Lord Brahma, but he takes bird here.
Oh, because I see there was a saying where Haridas Thakus used to chant like 3,000, I think 3,000 times or 3,000 rounds. I don't remember. And then he never ate until he was finished.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, here it is explained quickly. See, when Krishna was informed, once when Krishna was ruling Dwaraka, Lord Brahma came to see him, and the doorman immediately informed Lord Krishna of Brahma's arrival. When Krishna was so informed, he immediately asked the doorman, which Brahma? What is his name? Brahma surprised. The doorman therefore returned and questioned Lord Brahma. When the doorman asked, which Brahma? Lord Brahma was surprised. He told doorman, please go inform Lord Krishna that I am the four-headed Brahma, who is the father of the four Kumaras. Doorman then informed Lord Krishna of Lord Brahma's description, and Lord Krishna gave him permission to enter. The doorman escorted Lord Brahma in, and as soon as Brahma saw Lord Krishna, he offered obeisances at his lotus feet. Brahma's question. After being worshipped by
Mm.
Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna also honored him with suitable words. Then Lord Krishna asked him, why have you come here? Being questioned, Lord Brahma immediately replied, I shall later tell you why I have come. First of all, there is a doubt in my mind, which I wish you would kindly dissipate. Why did you inquire which Brahma had come to see you? What is the purpose of such inquiry? Is there any other Brahma besides me within this universe? See, he's a little bit puffed up here.
Yeah.
Upon hearing this, Sri Krishna smiled and immediately meditated. Unlimited number of Brahmas arrived instantly. These Brahmas had different amounts of heads. Some had 10 heads, some 20, some 100, some 1,000, and some 10,000, and some 100,000, some 10 million,
Yeah.
others 100 million. No one can count the
Where do
faces they had.
where do they live?
There also arrived many Lord Shivas with various heads numbering 100,000 and 10 million. Many Indras also arrived, and they had hundreds of thousands of eyes all over their bodies. When the four-headed Brahma of the universe saw all these opulences of Krishna, he became very bewildered and considered himself a rabbit among many elephants. All the Brahmas who
Yeah.
came to see Krishna offered their respects at his lotus feet, and when they did this, their helmets touched his lotus feet. No one can estimate the inconceivable potency of Krishna. All the Brahmas who were there were resting in the one body of Krishna. When all the helmets struck together at Lord Krishna's feet, there was a tumultuous sound. It appeared that the helmets themselves were offering prayers to Krishna's lotus feet. Imagine 100 million helmets at the same time touch the floor.
Yeah. So meaning when Lord Krishna descends, he's still the like the supreme personality, and then he still comes as an extension,
Yes, Prabhu.
to this world. Oh,
He never leaves the Goloka Vrindavan, but he expands as Vasudeva.
oh yeah, yeah. So I wonder, like, you praying to, like, it's like, okay, you pray because when he descends, they also praise, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So who does he call? Like his name again? Like when Lord Krishna prays, like when he was in, I think, Vrindavan.
Mm, yes, Prabhu. Pranjal Prabhu. Lord Indra has many eyes all over the
Lord
body.
in So Prabhu, Lord, is it Varun? Varun, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it a god of thunder or what?
Varund.
Yes.
He's
There's Varun and Lord Indra.
no, he's demigod of the ocean, I think. Ocean and all these.
Oh, oh.
Am I right? Who can tell? All the Indians tell what is Varun? Demigod Varun. What is he controlling? Is he the god of ocean? Like there is what waters. Like in Greek mythology, there is this. I forgot the name. Disney made many movies. This Ariel movie, they copied it from Varun.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Sanatan Goswami's brother had money. Here it is said that when Sakar Malik also proposed to retire, the Nawab was very much agitated and put him into jail. Yeah, he was put into jail. But Sakar,
Oh,
who was later to become Srila Sanatan Goswami, took advantage of his brother's personal money, which had been deposited with a village banker, and escaped from the prison of Hussein Shah. In this way, both brothers joined Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
oh, into devotional service, right?
Yes, Prabhu. They had a lot of money. I remember the description. They had like from the work they had done. It was like millions.
I, I actually found such in this book. You see Lord Chaitanya and his life and teachings.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, I think it's there.
Let me, let me try and find the place quickly.
Yeah, and Lord Indra has many eyes because he was It is because he was, the story is because he was really attracted to this private part of woman, and and some way he was some way attracted. I don't remember what happened, but then he was cursed. He tried to someone else's wife he tried to approach or something like this, and then he was cursed because you are so attracted to this private part of woman, you will get your whole body full of vaginas. So he got this curse. So then that
Oh, yeah,
happened,
here.
and then Indra prayed because it was really it was really bad condition. He couldn't go anywhere. It was really humiliating condition. So then he did something, I forgot what, and then it got reversed. All those private parts got changed into eyes. So that's how Indra
Oh,
body full of eyes.
I found this paragraph, Prabhu. Can I read it for you?
Yes, Prabhu.
It says Srila Rupa Goswami was the younger brother of Sanatana Goswami. And when he retired from service, so I'm not sure who retired from service, he brought with him two boatful of gold coins.
Yes, Prabhu.
This means that he brought with him some hundreds of thousands of rupees accumulated by the labor of his service. And before leaving home for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he divided the wealth as follows: 50% for the service of the Lord and his devotees, 25% for relatives, and 25% for his personal needs in case of emergency. In that way, he set an example for all householders.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is the description. Really nicely found.
Yeah. But then I'm not sure because you see here they don't specify who exactly. I don't know if it's both or one because it says Srila Gopal Goswami was the younger brother of
Yeah,
Sanatana Goswami.
yeah, it's Rupa Goswami. And later,
Oh,
Sanatan Goswami, he used some of his money because it was in the bank and he needed it to get to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he used, what happened? They
oh,
had a lot of gold coins, and then in one night, because they were, or Sanatan Goswami was running away from the jail. And then when he was running away, then he found some persons who were trying to help him, and he saw a dream or something, some vision, that he knew that this man wanted his gold. He knew that the man knows he has gold, and he knows he's going to rob him of the gold. And
oh yes.
he made it in a way that he gave the gold to him so that he wouldn't be killed by the person. And he told him that if I give you this gold, can you help me to go through some jungle or something? It went like that. So then his gold didn't got stolen, and he didn't got harmed anyway, and he got, with that gold, he got to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you still remember your sloka, Prabhu,
Oh, what
for
is
Easter Goshti?
भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानं तयापहृत चेतसं व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर समादौ न विधीयते रिभु. But I only learned one. I was supposed to learn two, but I don't
Yeah, oh yeah.
have time anymore.
Yeah, because it's still that one, Karapanya de Shopahata, hey?
Yes,
I
Prabhu.
tried learning the other one. Anna, what is it? The Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Asochan. Is it Asochan? Anavasochas, ne?
अशोष्यनन्वशोषस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादं शबाससे गतासु न गतासुंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिता.
Sing it slow, Prabhu. There at Asochan. I want the
Ashosha,
pronunciation.
I think it's Ashoshan Anvashosastvam. Ashoshan. Ashosh. What is the verse? Is two something?
It's 211. Yeah, 211, I think.
Ashoshan. Ashoshan Anvashosastvam. Pragnavadamscha bhashase. Gata sunna gata sumscha. Nanushochanti panditaha.
Yeah, the two words, the Asocian
Yeah,
and
it's
Avasocian. Is it something like that? Am I pronouncing it right?
yeah.
Asocian and Avasocias.
Ashoshan Anvashoshas. Ashoshan
Anva-
Anvashoshas.
Anvasocias. Anvasocias.
Yes, Prabhu, that's right.
Sultan Anvasoshas. Anvasoshas. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Oh, we need to chant six Astakam prayers. I forgot.
And Prabhu, tomorrow is there Q&A.
Yes, Prabhu. I think there should be.
I need to prepare my questions, because I know if I don't prepare, if they say any questions, the head becomes like void,
Yes,
nothingness.
yes, you forget all the question.
All the questions, and I wonder why.
Yes, Prabhu. Only something, yeah, everything goes away. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादवाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावादूजीवनम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्
Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Statra Pita Niyamitaha Smarane Nakalaha Etadrishi Twava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Medrisham Ahajena Nanuragraha. Where's Vivek and Asit Kumar?
तृणादपि सुनिचनादरोरपि सहिष्णुमानेन वर्धेन कीर्तन्या सदा हरि.
Asit Prabhu was doing something, so he told previously. नदनं न
Oh,
जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशकामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि
Ainandam tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam bodo kripatwava pada pakanjaya stitaduli sadrisham vichintaya.
नयनं गलदाशूदराय वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचिन्दं वपु कदा तव नामाग्रहणे भविष्यति.
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रविश्यायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे
Asislyava padaratam pinastumam adarshanam marmam hatar karotu va yatata tava vitatu lampato matpranana tastu saer vanarpanaha.
Haribol, glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should,
Haribol. You like Haribol, eh?
one should chant the holy name of the Lord in a state of mind, thinking oneself more than the straw in the street. One should more tolerant than a tree devoid of all false, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. Such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Is it me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh, oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on at the recitation of your name?
Oh Govinda, feeling your separations. I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Haribo, Sri Siksa.
Die. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name, to consider the name of the demigod like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal or independent of the holy name, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master or thinking him as an ordinary person.
Blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in Persians to the Vedic version.
Consider the chanting of Hare Krishna divine imagination.
Give some interpretation to the holy name.
It's about sinful activities. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
To consider chanting of Hare Krishna to be one of the auspicious ritualistic mentions in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda.
You instruct the faithful person about the glories of
To not have complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain materialistic attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Anyone who desires what I'm saying.
I think
Every
you're
devotee,
right.
yes, bro. I made my own interpretation. Every
You
devotee,
remind me of Bharat Acharya. Bharat Acharya.
as I started to make some own shastra. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against his offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Pancha Kalpadarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo.
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Jai Shla Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitai Gaura Premanand. Hari Haribo.
Haribo.
Thank you so much, Prabhu,
You
for
like Haribo?
the session.
oh